Good morning. I wanted to talk today about why trikes are expensive. Trikes are expensive because it takes specialized equipment to make them. Each frame is different for each individual manufacturer. Another reason is because of the seat. The seat is more expensive. It's wider, it's bigger, it has more padding, and it takes more to make material to make it. The frame and the mesh and the padding that they put on it, depending upon which one it is, manufacturer it is. Some are just sling seats, some have padding. Anyway, that have longer chains, and since they have longer chains, it takes more to replace the chain. You need to buy 3 chains, and you'll use 2.5 of them on a trike. So it costs more to buy a chain. It's like a regular bicycle. A regular bicycle chain, you just buy the chain and not just buy one chain. Now on a trike you have 3 tires and 3 wheels, okay? And so you have to replace 3 tires generally when you replace the tires, if you bought them all at the same time, of course. Longer shifting cables, and it takes more cable and housing to change the cables on a trike than it does a bicycle. Anyway, they also have locking brakes, and bicycles don't have locking brakes. You know, bicycles don't need a locking brake on them, but a trike, to get on and off, you want a locking brake. Now they also have the Terra trikes have heel straps, and the cat trikes have clip-in pedals, as well as the ice trikes. I'm not sure about the HPs. The green speeds, I don't think they have heel straps. They may have clip-in pedals. I'm trying to remember for sure. But anyway, it depends on the kind of pedals. You know, that adds more to it. And also, trike is different than a bicycle. A bicycle just has a little bitty seat with minimal padding. You know, there's different things that trikes have that bikes do not have. And bikes also, like I say, only have 2 wheels. You have to balance with a bike. With a trike, you don't have to worry about balancing. And there's customer demands, like you have to put maybe Versa bars to help them get on and off, or like the cat trike assist bars that you can put on cat trikes to help them get off and on, or like ice trikes have assist bars you can also put on. And they're generally more popular with, say, the 55 and older group, because those are the folks that generally will ride a trike because they may not be able to balance, or they may have back issues, or may have knee problems, or some other problem that they can't balance a bicycle, or maybe they've had a wreck on a bicycle and they don't want to ride one anymore. There's a lot of different variables for trikes that's not for not on bikes, you know. Trikes range in price from $1,500 all the way to probably $10,000, $11,000. Depends on which one you get. The cheapest one for Terra trike is $1,579, and the most expensive one that you can get generally is probably an ice trike or an HP, and they get up to around $10,000, and sometimes maybe even above. Depends on what features are on. If you have an ice trike with full suspension, that's another factor. If you have full suspension on the trike, it's going to cost you more for the suspension. If it has a folding feature like the Dumont, the 559, and the Trail, or any of the ice trikes or the green speeds that fold, you're going to pay for the folding feature as well. That'll be something else you have to pay for. You know, trikes are much easier to ride. They're stable and everything as well. You can get as much exercise on a recumbent as you can a bicycle. You exercise your thighs, your glutes, all that. I mean, you can get plenty of exercise on a trike. And some people think you don't get as much exercise, but you can. And you know, climbing hills are a little slower because you can't stand up like you can on a bicycle, but you'll still get up the hill. If you're not going real fast, you don't have to worry about tipping over, because you got the 3 wheels, the stability of them to keep you on the trail and not tip over. Recumbent trikes also steer differently than a traditional bicycle. Recumbent trikes, the Terra trikes have horizontal handlebars and direct steering. The ice trikes have indirect steering. Some of the trikes have indirect steering, some have direct steering, and each one is different. Now they have vertical handlebars on the ice trikes, on the cat trikes, and the green speeds. But now each one steers different, and they feel a little different, and there is a little bit of a learning curve with them, but you don't have to worry about, like I said, balancing with them. That's a nice thing about them, and they're good on your knees. If you have knees that give you problems, they're really good on your knees, and they're not bad for your back or anything. So they're really nice, especially for the older generation, like I said, the 55 and on up generation. And in conclusion, are trikes worth it? Yes, they are worth it. If you can't ride a traditional bicycle, they are definitely worth it. They're worth it to spend the money to be comfortable and enjoy your ride and be able to look around when you're riding. You know, I can sit here and look over here or here or over here. I can look around without worrying about falling off. That's a nice thing about a trike, and that is why trikes are so expensive.